Thanks, Felicia. A major crash shuts down Highway 6 overnight. Just after 10 last night, the Falls County Sheriff's Office, along with multiple other agencies, were called to Highway 6 and FM 1373 in reference to a crash involving two 18-wheelers and a passenger vehicle. At least one of the vehicles was on fire. You can see the aftermath right there. Officials say helicopters were on the scene waiting to transport those that were injured. At this point, it's unclear how many people were taken to the hospital or how serious their injuries are. A cyclist is going to be okay after being hit by a car yesterday evening. Officials say the accident happened just before 8 last night. A male cyclist was apparently hit by a pickup truck. The cyclist was taken to the hospital with what were described as non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators in Houston are now giving us more information about the woman they say hit an 8-year-old girl with her car and then drove off. Jessica Willey has the latest.
Miss Smith, do you have kids?
After the questions and cameras in her face, Angela Smith was close to tears. Now charged in the hit and run that critically injured an 8-year-old girl. Fort Bend County Sheriff Troy Nails says during her interview with investigators, Smith had little emotion.
She has not asked about the status of the person that she struck. Very little sympathy and, quite honestly, very little remorse.
As first responders were tending to the little girl captured in this heart-wrenching photo, investigators say Smith was already onto the next crash. 12 minutes later, rear-ending another vehicle whose driver took this picture. It helped deputies identify Smith. They say her family led them to her and her car.
The reason she left the scene, she didn't stop, is because she was scared and she had a suspended driver's license. But she knew she hit somebody.
And how couldn't she? The driver's side window was shattered. Investigators say the child flew 20 feet on impact. She was crossing Bissonnet at Hodges Bend at the crosswalk with her brother and sister. Deputies say Smith ran the stop sign and hit the little girl.
Smith is being held in jail on a $40,000 bond. She's now charged with failure to stop and render aid. Well, portions of Business 77 in Waco will close permanently starting tonight. TxDOT says the main lanes of Business 77 at the point where they cross under Interstate 35 will close starting tonight at 7. Signage will be put in place directing drivers heading north to exit at the North Dallas-Fort Worth exit, and they will re-enter just after Taylor Street. Drivers heading south will exit all the I-35 North Dallas-Fort Worth-Austin exit and re-enter the main lanes at the first on-ramp west of the I-35 crossing. The turns for I-35 both north and south under the highway will remain open.